The title of this video is going to be, "You was hidden in plain sight." God hid you in plain sight. And there's a reason as to why I'm doing this video. Let me share with you something. I like these stories. They help you relate with the video. So there's this friend of mine. And, businessman, sometimes he would get into different types of businesses. And then one day, there's a guy who thought that this guy was hitting on his wife. So this guy went and, he did some research, and for him it was a confirmation. So that's why sometimes, guys, please, when you start hearing those kind of nonsense, do some research. Okay, don't hurry making decisions, because you may end up taking the wrong decision on somebody who has nothing completely to do with any situation. So take the time and investigate. Do your own investigation. Okay. So this guy he said he thought this guy was dating his wife. So he found this group of guys, and they started following this fella. They follow him here and there, where he was going, where does he work, how many people is in the workplace. They started doing those little investigations. So these guys came, they would drive very long distance to reach the place that he worked, so that they could harm him. So what really happened at the time, those guys came and they parked, there was a parking area, so they parked. It was a very big construction site. So they looked around, okay, that's his car, okay. So that means he's around. So they was waiting. They was paid to do this job. Believe me, this guy is there working, he doesn't know anything, he's not even aware of what was going on. He doesn't know even there are some people following him. What really happens then, he does his job, of course, end of the shift, gets out, jumps in his car, he leaves. That thing happened for the first time with the enemies in the parking yard. Probably the second time and a couple of times, I don't remember, was it three or more. That thing kept on happening for a while. And then there was sometimes when those guys would follow him. And then out of the blue, he was disappeared. There was like he just passed there. We saw him passing over there. Out of the blue, he disappeared. They couldn't see where he went. These things kept on happening again and again, until one day, the guy who sent them found out that actually the guy had nothing to do with it. He got a revelation after some few months that this man had nothing to do with his wife. He wasn't involved. It was somebody else they was looking for. And he called this operation off. So do you know, one of the guys, at some point later on, it took a couple of months, one of the guys approached this fella and he told him, "If I will tell you one story, you will not believe it." So this guy opens up and he tells him, one of those guys who was being sent. So he told him, "If I would tell you one story, you could not believe it. Did you know that so and so paid us money to follow you and to harm you, because he believed that you were seeing his wife?" And that thing happened so many times. We tried to find you. Sometimes we would almost believe we were nearly catching up on you, then you would vanish. Another time, we followed you to the place where you work. We parked there for hours, only to find out that you was already gone. By the time we woke up, you had already walked away, and we didn't see you leave. But we found out that you left. When you ask people around, they say, "Yes, he was here. He's been around." But he left. And they did not see that guy leaving. You can't believe it. So these guys are now telling him so many stories of how long they was following him, and they said for some miraculous reason that guy would vanish. Now, there's the power that comes with moving in love and authenticity. Those are very powerful frequencies. If you choose love and you choose authenticity, you move in the authentic version of you. And whatever it is you do it with love. I can promise you, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to you are going to be protected at all levels. You are going to be protected at all levels. You will not even understand where that protection is coming from. You see, chosen people, people attempt to hurt you because of misunderstandings, okay? Let's put this thing down. Many people choose to hurt you because of a misunderstanding. Sometimes there's even things you don't even know about. You haven't done, they put some cases on you, they try to hurt you. Sometimes they may say some things against you because they figure out you're a very genuine soul, beautiful soul. They try to hurt you. They may send you out of your work. They can even sometimes send you out of your out of your homes. Those things happen to chosen ones. But when you're a person who moves in love and authenticity, you can best believe, whether you know it or you don't know it, you're moving around with protection. Because you see, you have got a team of guardian angels protecting you. Even if there is no way to communicate, that they cannot communicate with you, they are behind the scenes protecting you. There is things that they can see that you're not aware of. They can see through the illusion. They can see through the spirit world. They will see what exactly is happening around you, and they are going to do things to protect you. You can sometimes be in a home. It can be a family setting, or it can be sometimes, let's say, a place where you live. And there is something that you do that the enemy doesn't want. Believe me, in that particular place, you have been placed there, not by coincidence. It was supposed to happen. God sometimes is going to place you in some places. There's a mission for you in that place. So some of these things happen subconsciously. God is sending you, to places that you can only nobody can imagine. There is places that you will find yourself, you don't even know how you got there, but you are supposed to be there because you had a mission there. But before your mission happens, the first thing what will happen, God is going to blind your enemies. So they will not be able to understand you. They will not be able to see you. They will not be able to understand you. Yes, there will be an energy of, hatred. Sometimes they may hate on you for no reason or things like that. But until your mission has been accomplished, God is going to blind some people's eyes and they will never be able to understand and to see you. And everything will be on purpose. Sometimes you can find people who are planning something against you. And they've been doing this thing for a while. They've been planning something on your life just because they don't like you. Only for you to figure out a couple of days, weeks later that, so and so got into a car accident. And sometimes you even know the person. So and so is in hospital. So and so is this, so and so is that, and you don't even know what is going on behind the scenes. You're thinking that this is a coincidence. Then you may later on come to that awakening that that person, particular individual, they was trying to do harm on your life. But before anything could happen, your guardian angels stepped in advance and they did something on their lives. So normally when you start seeing or you start hearing things like, there's some people maybe they never liked you, they was aggressive towards you, they was angry towards you, they used to throw all this negative energy towards you. When you start hearing things like that, whereby people are getting into trouble for, in some mysterious way, people are disappearing in some mysterious way, things are happening to them. Yes, you will feel, because you're a person who feels things, you will feel that, oh, maybe what happened to them, maybe you want to try to find out what went on with so and so. Sometimes it's even family members. But at some point, you're going to realize that those people, at some point in time, you've been very close to them. And the only thing they was doing, they was plotting to harm you. And for some mysterious reason, you was moved away from that vicinity, you was relocated to another place, only for them to receive punishment for even planning. You see, that's the thing about chosen people. Even if you just think about it that you want to harm them, that is already sin. Okay? Even you thinking about it, that there is something you're planning to do, there's a move you're planning to make, an evil move. Only thinking about that, you have already sinned. And those guys are going to be punished. And believe me, those people, when we talk about chosen people being protected, those are some of the most protected people in this universe. Those are God's chosen people. So you can find yourself in situations and you're thinking that, wow, how did I survive? Look at all these guys. You're now starting to see these people. You're like, look at all these, look at all these guys. Look what they are doing, the way they are behaving, the things they are doing. You can hardly believe. And whatever it is they have been doing, they could have tried something that they couldn't work on you. Okay? That is because you are God's chosen warrior. You are the most protected individual on this universe. Anybody who attempts any move on you, I can promise you those guys, they are going to have the biggest surprise of their lives. And they won't see this coming. There is times when you might walk into a vicinity. And because in that vicinity, there may be people who are very dangerous people, maybe sometimes very wicked people who could potentially be your enemies. You could walk into a vicinity. You could rent this house. You may buy this home. And there is people around you, they're your enemies. The very first thing what God will do on a very spiritual level, God is going to blind those people's eyes. They will never be able to see you until that moment you have moved. That is when they will understand that there was a very powerful person in this vicinity. There was a very powerful person in this area, but who couldn't see this person. They would see you, but they couldn't see you. I don't know if that makes sense. They could see you moving around, doing your garden, taking care of your pets and things like that. Maybe working is a workplace, but they couldn't really see you who you was. That is because you was being hidden in plain sight. Those kind of scenarios, they happen all the time. And if you chose one, you will look back in time and you will remember that there's so many incidents in your life where you have been in some of the most dangerous places that nobody could attempt to be. But you was there, you did whatever it is you had to do, and then it was your time to move. God moved you out of that place, and then those people's eyes started opening up. Immediately after you have moved from that area, that is because you was being hidden in plain sight. I'm very sure that this video resonates to some of you. If you're a chosen one, I would like to know about your experience in the comment section below. You guys do know I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, you will find it in the description below. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's a more signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.